Hey, my name's Gabriel Carrera, and I advertise as the attorney that rhymes. Now, my last video, I just finished leaving Costa Rica, and I can prove it because I got my shirt from Costa Rica here. And I entered through Nicaragua, got my bike fumigated at force. I didn't want to do it, but I had to do it if I wanted to go through it. And then I went to Honduras, met a very funny guy, made me laugh. We had a good time there on the border. And then things went for the worse. There was a big protest all over Honduras regarding the medical field and the education field because the president wanted to privatize it. And the people were very upset with the government. But all the unions started throwing strikes and doing roadblocks and burning tires and fighting police. And they tried to set the U.S. Embassy on fire. And here I am riding through Honduras with people are protesting the privatization of their institutions, the education department. They're all backed up.
Por el otro lado, no se tiren.
¿Cómo está, amigo?
Bien, tranquilo.
Oye, ¿ustedes van a pasar por ahí?
Yo no paso. Allá rápido en la frontera.
People are trying to pass and they're kicking their ass, beating them up, throwing rocks at them, hitting them with sticks. ¿Te gusta la moto, mijo? Esto está encendido aquí. Esto está encendido.
Está encendido, está aquí.
Esto está encendido. Normally, when I go to a border, you see all the 18-wheelers are all packed there, one by one, right side by side, and they're just waiting to go through inspection and get their paperwork to go into the other country. In this instance, it is from Honduras into El Salvador. And I was passing them by until I got to the front, and then I saw it. They had a big ass protest. Here come the police, knock some heads. Oh, they're turning around. They dropped off like 20 cops in gear, ready to kick some off. Oh, they're chickening out, they're leaving. Everybody's cheering. Here I am in El Salvador, finally, after being stopped for like 3 to 4 hours at the, it was the Honduran San Salvador border. I got there, and you know, usually when you pull up to a border, there's a lot of trucks waiting. You just bypass them, you just go around them, and you get to the front. They allow that, and basically I saw the blockade. I stopped, pulled over to the shade where there were a bunch of guys, and started asking them a question, what's going on. By that time, all the trucks were coming in, and they blocked any lanes out. There was no lanes for me to go out. So basically, they were protesting because they didn't want the government to privatize the educational system and the medicine. They have socialized medicine there. So basically what happened was things got a little tense because people were coming down. There were 3 other blockades besides that one going towards where the immigration and customs were. and I guess those folks got attacked by vinegar tear gas, and they were coming down. Some people got hit in the head, and basically tension started flaring. Then the cops came, and out of nowhere, the people were there, and they had sticks in their hand. They were shouting and yelling. And the cops took a look, like hell no, and they hauled ass out of there. There's a video on my timeline. You got to go to my timeline. And I was talking to the people there, and my wife. Next year's going to be 20 years. We're married. We got 2 kids. My wife's from Honduras. My kids were born in Honduras. And I'm telling this to people, and I even threw out there that my mother-in-law is a retired teacher, although I don't know that to be true, but I threw it out there just for sympathy's sake. And I was talking there for like 2 hours, cutting jokes and stuff like that in Spanish. And it's a good thing to know Spanish because you know what people are talking about. Then all of a sudden, like 7 to 10 guys come up. Where's that Cuban from Havana? We don't want no communism. They thought I was an agent from Cuba or something like that, right? Not just a tourist, because I didn't have a little GoPro hanging on top of my head there. And you know what? The guys around me stood up. No, he's with us. He's one of us. And they vouched for me. They said leave him alone. That his family's here, and his mother-in-law, his wife's mother. Was a school teacher, and they sort of left like, I don't know, I guess they were already wound up. They were looking for a scapegoat, but for me speaking Spanish, I would have been that scapegoat.